Welcome to our channel. Today, we bring you an inspiring story of a young boy named Liam who bravely fights against the invisible storm of OCD. This powerful journey shows us how struggle, hope, faith, and persistence can light the way even in our darkest moments. Stay with us as we unfold Liam's story of courage and resilience that will surely touch your heart and motivate you to never give up. Let's begin. Part 1. The Shadow's arrival in the quiet suburbs of a small western town. 16-year-old Liam sat alone at his desk, the afternoon sun casting warm light across his textbooks. A typical high school junior, Liam had always been meticulous, a good student, and someone who enjoyed the small joys of life: music, drawing, and weekend soccer with his friends. But over the past few months, an invisible weight had started to settle over him, slowly yet relentlessly. At first, it was just little habits. He needed to double-check if his front door was locked before leaving the house. Twice or thrice, just to be sure. Then, if he reached school late, he felt compelled to redo certain tasks or rituals before he could settle into his day. These actions, initially occasional, began creeping into every corner of his life, webbing themselves tighter and tighter until they were impossible to ignore. Liam knew something was wrong. His mother noticed it too. She had quietly suggested visiting a doctor, but Liam resisted, scared to confront what he feared was unraveling inside him. Teachers began commenting on his distracted behavior. Friends started pulling away, misunderstanding his silence for indifference. "I'm just stressed," Liam would say. But he knew it was more than stress. Something dark and constant gnawed at him, a voice coaxing him, commanding him, unsure whether it came from outside or deep within. One evening, in the quiet sanctuary of his room, Liam found himself stuck in an endless loop, washing his hands until the skin turned raw, counting to 13, then repeating to 14, the numbers floating like ghosts inside his mind. Each time, an unbearable anxiety tightened around his chest, telling him the only way to make it stop was to keep going. Tears blurred his vision as exhaustion collapsed him into the corner floor. Why won't it stop? He whispered to the empty room. "Please, just stop." But the darkness did not stop. Days stretched into weeks. The compulsions grew stronger, and so did Liam's fear of losing control. Schoolwork suffered, family dinners were quiet and strained, and his world began shrinking into the confinements of his illness. Yet beneath the storm, a small, flickering light remained. Some part of Liam refused to surrender. Somewhere inside, buried under the relentless anxiety, was a voice saying, "Keep going. Don't lose yourself." Late one night, after a particularly grueling day where nothing seemed right, Liam knelt by his bedside. Exhausted, vulnerable, and afraid, he closed his eyes and whispered a prayer he hadn't said since he was a child. "God, please give me strength. I don't know how to fight this alone." The room was still. No sudden miracles, no glowing light. Just silence. But that silence was different. It was softer, almost like a presence. Though invisible, it filled the room with a calm Liam hadn't felt in a long while. It was not a cure, but a balm, a glimpse of hope. Over the coming days, Liam clung to that hope as fiercely as the compulsions tried to drag him down. He began writing in a journal, documenting every fear, every victory, no matter how small. The road ahead would be long, painful, and uncertain, but Liam's journey had begun. There was a battle inside, yes, but also a warrior ready to face the storm. Part 2. Into the maze. The weeks that followed were a paradox of torment and tentative resilience. The compulsions tightened their grip on Liam, pulling him deeper into the labyrinth of his own mind. Every morning was a battlefield, every step forward shadowed by the fear of losing control. At school, Liam sat quietly in the back of the classroom, pencils fidgeting between restless fingers. His grades slipped despite his best efforts, his teachers growing concerned but unsure how to help. His closest friend, Jake, noticed the change but didn't fully understand. "Hey man, you okay? You've been kinda distant lately," Jake asked one afternoon as they packed up to leave. Liam forced a smile. "Yeah, just tired. You know, exams coming up." But Jake's brow furrowed. "If you ever want to talk, I'm here." Liam nodded, grateful yet lost for words. At home, his parents floated between worry and frustration. His mother, a soft-spoken woman, tried gentle encouragement. His father, practical and busy with work, struggled to grasp the silent war raging inside his son. One evening, after a tense dinner, Liam retreated to his room, the pressure mounting. His hands trembled as he flipped through his journal. Writing had become a refuge, a place where his chaos could be shaped into something less terrifying. The compulsions took many forms. Sometimes it was repetitive checking, doors locked, stove off, endlessly circling. Other times, intricate rituals, counting in sequences only he understood, arranging objects to balance his unease. Each ritual gave temporary relief, a brief pause from the storm, but the relief was always fleeting. Despite this, Liam refused to submit. He researched online about OCD, learning that countless others suffered silently. Stories of struggle, hope, and recovery filled his screen, a tapestry of human resilience. One night, alone with his thoughts, Liam's despair reached a peak. The compulsions screamed louder, the shadows closing in that he closed his eyes and remembered the quiet presence from that prayerful night. It was not a grand miracle, but a steadfast whisper. You are not alone. Keep fighting. Drawing strength from that whisper, Liam stood, shaky but determined. He called his mother into the room. I need help. Real help, he said, voice cracking. His mother hugged him tightly, tears in her eyes. Well, find someone, Liam. You're not alone in this. The next day, Liam took the first step toward therapy, an unfamiliar path ahead but one bathed in possibility. The battle against OCD was far from over, but for the first time, Liam felt he was not wandering the maze alone. With faith, family, and a growing inner strength, he began navigating the shadows toward the light. Part 3. The Long Road. Liam's first meeting with Dr. Ellis, a kind and patient psychologist specializing in obsessive-compulsive disorder, was both daunting and relieving. The sterile office, with its shelves of books and soft lighting, felt oddly welcoming compared to the chaos in Liam's mind. He sat stiffly on the chair, hands clasped tightly, heart pounding. What brings you here today, Liam? Dr. Ellis asked gently. Liam swallowed hard. I can't control my thoughts. Or my actions. I keep doing things I don't want to, again and again. It feels like I'm trapped. Doctor Ellis nodded knowingly. You're not alone. OCD can be very consuming, but there are ways to manage it. Have you tried anything so far? Liam shook his head. Just praying and writing. That's a good start. Therapy is like a tool, helping you understand and change these patterns. They began working on exposure and response prevention, a therapy where Liam would face his fears without performing the compulsions, learning gradually to tolerate the anxiety and break the cycle. It was difficult, often painful, but with each small success, Liam's confidence grew. Outside therapy, the world remained challenging. Friends still struggled to understand. School was a constant pressure cooker. But Liam was learning patience with himself, a vital gift he never knew he needed. One afternoon, during a particularly tough episode, he found himself overwhelmed in a crowded hallway. Surrounded by noise and movement, the compulsion to escape and perform rituals clawed at him. He closed his eyes and remembered his prayer. Not a loud cry for rescue, but a calm plea for strength. Help me stand through this, he whispered in his mind. Opening his eyes, he took a slow, deep breath and chose to stay. The anxiety surged but did not break him. The moment passed. These moments became milestones, silent victories marking progress not always visible to others. At home, though the illness lingers, it no longer defines him. He walks forward, a warrior in his own right, carrying light into the world. Thank you for watching Liam's story with us. Remember, mental health struggles like OCD are real but never define who you are. With strength, love, and faith, recovery and hope are always possible. If you or anyone you know is facing similar battles, please reach out and seek help. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Until next time, stay strong and keep shining your light.